Here are the top stories of the news. Protest rocks University of Ibadan area over ongoing economic crisis. Kaduna, Kogi and Zamfara states sue federal government over CBN's Naira redesign policy. On the foreign scene, powerful earthquake hits southeastern Tela movement and other activities. A student who does not want her name mentioned told newsmen that soldiers and Operation Bust officers had arrived at the scene. For weeks, Nigeria has been faced with biting Naira and fuel scarcity. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has urged Nigerians to bear with the federal government and the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, over the redesigned Naira notes. Following the introduction of the redesigned 200 Naira, 500 and 1,000 Naira banknotes by the Apex Bank, Nigerians have continued to experience nationwide scarcity of the Naira. But Mr. Obi, in a news chat, called for patience, saying he hopes that masses will harvest the gains that will come with the reforms. He stated that currency redesign is not peculiar to Nigeria, adding that the policy comes with some pains but has benefits in the long term.
I don't think you read my position all through, but let me restate my position. Currency redesign is not peculiar to Nigeria. This is an exercise that has a long-term economic and social benefits, but comes with a short-term inconveniences and pain. And my appeal still to Nigerians is that we should have patience with the federal government of Nigeria and the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Similarly, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, says lawmakers may reconvene if the hardship occasioned by the Naira swap continues. The Speaker stated this during town hall meeting with some ethnic groups in Surulere, Lagos yesterday, stating that the autonomy of the Apex Bank does not make it above the law. According to Mr. Gbajabiamila, while the lawmakers are on break and expected to resume after the general elections, the scarcity of the new Naira notes and the attendant consequences may force the House of Representatives to reconvene. He noted that the House made several efforts to intervene in the Naira swap crisis by inviting the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele.
They present 360 constituencies across the 774 local government in Nigeria. They are in touch with their people, and they have spoken. Nobody should lay claim to be more patriotic than the other. Now, those poor pensioners who were crying to me in Edo, what I have to do? I couldn't own on to the decision because I was not consulted. It's not a party decision, it was never debated at a party.
Every day, and cash has been paid as provided by the CBN, has regularly been checked by CBN inspectors and other regulators, including anti-graft agencies. While reiterating its support for the CBN's cashless policy, Mr. Bolariwa noted that banks have in the past weeks rolled out extra measures to ease the flow of Naira notes. To legal matters, the governments of Kaduna, Kogi and Zamfara have dragged the federal government before the Supreme Court, seeking a restraining order to stop the full implementation of the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN's Naira redesign policy. In the suit, the three northern states are urging the Apex Court to grant them an interim injunction, stopping the federal government, either by itself or acting through the CBN, from carrying out its plans of ending the time frame within which the now older versions of the 200, 500, and 1,000 denominations of the Naira may no longer be legal tender on February 10, 2023. The plaintiffs in the suit are the three attorneys general and commissioners of justice of the three states, while the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami SAN, is the sole respondent. The plaintiffs said that since the announcement of the new Naira note policy, there has been an acute shortage in the supply of the new Naira notes in the states, and citizens who have dutifully deposited their old Naira notes have increasingly found it difficult and sometimes next to impossible to access new naira notes to go about their daily activities. To politics, the Supreme Court of Nigeria is set to deliver judgment in the legal dispute over the All Progressive Congress APC senatorial ticket for Yobe North. The APC is challenging the nomination of Bashir Mashina as the party's candidate for Yobe North senatorial district. The party is insisting that Ahmed Lawan, Nigeria's Senate president, was the authentic senatorial candidate for Yobe North for the forthcoming general election. At the last hearing of the appeal, the counsel for the party, Sepiribo Peters, argued that the primary election held on 28th May last year, which produced Mashina, was in breach of the Electoral Act 2022. The APC had approached the Apex Court seeking to nullify the judgment of the appellate court that confirmed Mr. Mashina as the APC candidate for Yobe North. The People's Democratic Party, PDP backer, has urged Nigerians not to allow the forthcoming elections be determined by bullion van tendencies. Mr. Atiku, in a message to his supporters via email, was apparently referring to the 2 bullion vans seen entering the premises of the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu ahead of the 2019 general election. He urged Nigerians to use the power of their permanent voters card PVCs to channel their frustration to vote out the All Progressives Congress in the forthcoming general election. He stated that under no circumstance must Nigerians allow the outcome of the election to track ESM Wike. Mr. Moses said the meeting was part of preparations for the People's Democratic Party presidential rally slated to hold on February 11. He noted that some of those arrested were state and local government leaders of the organization. When contacted, the spokesman for the State Police Command, Grace Irige Koko, said she had not received such report. However, as of the time of this report, the state government is yet to react to the allegation. You're still watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We'll be right back after this break.